Welcome to Win Online, your channel for educational videos. Preschool assessment program, final term assessments. Previously, I have uploaded math assessment for age 3 to 4, level 1, which was for playgroup. Now it is math assessment age 4 to 5, level 2. You can call it nursery or ECD 2, whatever you call it in your school. These are the final assessments, like the end of year assessments, and the total duration of the assessment is 2 hours. We highly recommend that please, since this assessment comprises of 4 parts, present one part at a time to the students. Let them do one part and then give them a 10 minutes break and then present them with the next part. So part A, B, C and D, there are 4 parts. Part A is about the mathematical concepts. So the students will be judged on their understanding of different shapes, different concepts of light and heavy, tall and short, long and short. They will do different questions to show that they understand these concepts. So the objectives are to assess the recognition of different shapes, to assess the ability to match pairs of things, and to assess the understanding of real-world math concepts like size, weight, capacity, and position. The grading is A for proficient, B for capable, and C for improving. If you want to see how to grade the students, how to use this grading criteria, please watch my very first video of these final assessments, which was of English grade ages 3 to 4. In that, I have explained how will you give these grades to the students. So question number 1 is draw a square and a rectangle, an oval, and color them. So the shapes are given on this side. In this box, the students will draw the same shape and then color it. Number 2 is tick the small object. You have to look from top to bottom. So there are 3 sets of objects given. They have to tick the one that is small. So between the bee and the apple, they have to tick the one that is small. Number 3 is match the pairs. Now there are some things that always go together. So like the toothbrush always goes with the toothpaste, the soap goes with the towel, the bed with the pillows, and the cup with the saucer. So they have to match these pairs. And question number 4 of this part is color the square with heavy object in it. So they have to look at both of these objects, and as the weighing scales show them that apple is heavier than the bee, so they will color the square with the apple in it. This completes part A. Part B, we are assessing the oral mathematical skills of the students. How well do they recognize the numbers by just looking at them? Can they read the numbers in sequence? Can they read the numbers randomly? And also, can they read the number statements? So the objectives are to assess the oral recognition of numbers in sequence and at random, to assess the ability to associate quantities to their respective numerals, and to assess the ability to read number statements. So in this part, question number 5, the first question is read the number strips, look at the number strips and read it. So it is in sequence from 21 to 30. You will just point, or the students can point to the numbers and read them. Put a tick against every number that they have written correctly. Then the next one is randomly presented numbers, and they have to read the numbers. You have to put a tick against all these. Number 6 is count the objects and say the numbers. No writing, just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the students will just count and say the number. You have to just put a tick. Read the following number statements. Now in this part, the sums are done. They are not supposed to do the sums orally. They are just supposed to read the number statements, like 1 and 2 make 3. So they have to see 1 and 2 make 3. Just reading of the number statements. Then the next question, which is question number 8, and I think it is the 4th question of part B. Count forward on the number strips. We know that numbers are represented in different forms to the students, sometimes from left to right, from top to bottom, on number strips. So they should be able to just read the numbers on the number strips. First, this is forward, and here backwards. So they will start from 12 and move to 0. Here they will start from 0 and move to 12. Part C is about the written ability of the students. How well can they write the numbers? Can they solve different sums? Can they make different numbers using different combinations? So the objective is to assess the ability to write numbers in sequence and at random, the ability to make numbers using different combinations, and the understanding of the face value and place value of a number. Face value of the number is the way the number looks, the way you write it, the picture of the number. And place value is whether it is a unit, whether it is 10, whether it is 20s, what is the place value of the number. So the first part, which is question number 9, the first question of part C, which is question number 9 overall, is write numbers from 1 to 20. Simply they have to write, but you have to check them or tell them in the beginning that the units or the ones should come in the ones column and the tens should come in the tens column. Here the trick is that the students write them in the proper column. They can go from left to right or from top to bottom, whatever you think is comfortable for the students to do. Question number 10 is fill in the blanks to complete numbers from 1 to 20. Here they are going from top to bottom. So 2 is missing, 4 is missing, here 5 is missing, 6 is missing, 10 is missing. So they have to write the numbers in their correct spaces. Question number 11 is how many are there altogether? Write the numbers in the boxes. So encourage them to first say what the quantity represents. This is 1. This is 2, and then encourage them to count 1, 2, 3. So this is 3, and they have to write the number 3 here. The pictorial representation will assess them with the counting. Please do not give them any counters at this stage. All the questions are the same. Then question number 13 is about subtraction. They have to look at the picture and then subtract. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they have to minus 1. So maybe they can put a cross or a line, a slanting line against one of the objects and then count again and then write the answer here in the square. I think crossing off the object will be a good idea because it will help them with the subtraction. Part D is very, very important. Do not miss it. I have suggested earlier as well that when you are presenting this paper, please have an assistant teacher in the class. But when you're doing part D, please have an extra pair of hands also, like the assistant teacher, you, and another teacher in the class. So what are we going to do in part D? We are going to do some practical math with the students. So what are the objectives? The objectives are to assess the ability to perform simple addition and subtraction using different materials. The practical understanding of real-world math concepts like size, weight, capacity, and position. What will be required for doing this part? You have to use number flashcards from 0 to 9. You should have them here. So display number cards from 0 to 9 and any other materials like small cotton balls, counters, bottle tops, and beads, whatever you are using for counting. Now these small cotton balls are very, very handy. They are easy to make. You have to just buy one big roll of cotton and out of that make small cotton balls. They are easy to handle also, easy to store also, and just a good resource for counting. So how are you going to do this part? Show a sum on number cards and then ask the students to use counters to do the sum. Now ask the students to pick the correct number card for answer. You can choose any 2 addition and any 2 subtraction sums. It's up to you. The students are going to perform 2 additions and 2 subtractions. How are you going to do it? First, show them the number cards. Like suppose, for example, your first question is 3 plus 2. So show them a number card representing the numeral 3 and ask them to pick 3 objects, whatever you are using for counting. For example, you're using cotton balls. So ask them to pick 3 cotton balls. Then show them the other number card. For example, it has 1 on it. Ask them to pick 1 cotton ball. Then ask them to combine these together and count them. The students will count 1, 2, 3, 4. Now ask them to pick the number card with number 4 written on them. So they will pick the answer from the number card. So you are checking the students on in 3 different areas. Number 1, can they recognize the number card? If you show them 3, can they pick 3 objects? If you show them 1, can they pick 1 object? Is the student able to perform the operation? Can they add 3 plus 1 and come up with the answer? And can the student pick the right number card for the answer? 4. They can count to 4, but can they recognize number 4 from the number cards and then show you number 4? So you have to tick for every correct action that they perform. First they pick the numbers, then they count, and then in the end they pick the answer. So 2 addition sums and 2 subtraction sums. We have not given you the sums. It's up to you, whichever you want to use. Please, depending on the previous knowledge, use the sums that they are familiar with. If they are familiar with just adding 1, give them that, because this is to check their ability to add or subtract, not to put them into any difficult situation. So that's all with the final term assessment of ages 4 to 5, level 2. After this, I will upload the video for final assessment math ages 5 to 6, which you call KG. I will also share all the 3 PDFs of this assessment with you. These PDFs are designed in a way that they gradually become a little difficult. I have suggested you earlier also, maybe you can divide the class into 3 groups of different abilities and present all the 3 assessments at the same time. Or you can use 1 assessment and keep 2 with yourself for later use, or make the students practice on 1 assessment and present the other assessment in exams. It's all up to your choice. That's all for today. Please stay tuned to the channel for the upcoming videos. Also comment on the videos. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to our channel, like, share and comment. Thank you.